A friend asked how I was doing yesterday, and I just said I was tired.
Were you actually tired, or was that just the easiest answer?
It was just easy. My mind was spinning, and I felt completely frozen by my schedule.
Oh, that is not tired. That sounds much more like being overwhelmed.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Everyday English Learning, where we explore the right words for real life.
Hi there, I'm Jake.
And I'm Lily. Today, Jake and I are breaking down adjectives for real feelings.
When you feel a strong emotion, it can be hard to find the exact English word under pressure.
Exactly. Many people rely on basic words like sad, stressed, or tired because they feel safe.
But those basic words often hide what is really happening inside you. It creates a gap.
So today, we will explore a few better adjectives that match your true feelings.
You do not need to memorize a huge list today. Just follow the main idea.
Right. We will just look at a few precise words that make your inner experience much clearer.
And we will show you exactly how to use them naturally, without sounding like a dictionary.
We will also have our meaning moments review later to practice. But let us go back to yesterday.
Right. You said you were tired, but the truth was much heavier. Why is it so easy to default to simple words?
I think the main reason someone gives a simple answer is just speed.
Right. Your friend asks how you are, and you just want to move the conversation along.
Exactly. Explaining that my schedule felt overwhelming requires much more energy.
But there is a hidden cost to keeping it simple every time.
What do you mean?
When you repeatedly say you are just tired, you start to believe your own basic answer.
Ah, that explains it. I told myself to just drink coffee and push through.
Because coffee fixes tired, it does not fix overwhelmed.
No, it actually makes a spinning mind feel much worse.
This same trap happens to English learners too.
Yes, when you use English under pressure, basic words like sad, happy, or stressed feel like safe islands.
You know the grammar is correct, so you stay right there.
But if you always stay on the safe island, your words never fully match your real experience.
Okay, let us look at some better words. What is a feeling people often confuse with being tired?
I would say feeling drained.
How is drained different from tired?
Tired is usually physical. You worked a long shift or you slept poorly, and your body needs rest.
And drained?
Drained means your inner energy is completely empty. A difficult conversation can leave you feeling drained.
Oof, that part is hard. You can be physically rested but totally emotionally drained.
Exactly. I was not tired yesterday. My battery was simply drained from making too many decisions.
I hear that. But what if the feeling is the exact opposite?
What do you mean by the opposite?
What if your body is deeply tired, but your mind will not stop moving?
That is a perfect description of feeling restless.
Restless, meaning you cannot settle down or relax, even when you try.
Right. You sit on the couch to rest, but you keep checking your phone or pacing the room.
I hate how true that is. I get restless almost every Sunday evening before the work week starts.
It is a very uncomfortable feeling. But what happens when a person mislabels these exact feelings with a friend?
That is exactly where the real communication problems usually begin.
When I told my friend I was just tired, she immediately tried to fix it. She told me to go to bed early and rest.
Which is perfect advice for a tired body.
Right, but it was terrible advice for an overwhelmed mind. I did not need sleep at all. I needed someone to listen while I organized my thoughts.
Oh, I see. But because you used the basic word, she gave you the basic support.
Exactly. And the consequence was that I ended up feeling completely isolated.
Isolated. That is a heavy word. You were sitting there talking to a friend, but you still felt entirely alone.
Yes, because my true experience was hidden. People do this at work all the time too.
Definitely. Last month, my manager gave me a massive new project. I told a coworker I was annoyed by the extra work.
Were you actually annoyed? Or was there a different feeling underneath the frustration?
I was staring at the blank document on my screen, and my stomach was in knots. I was not annoyed. I actually felt inadequate.
Inadequate, meaning you felt like you did not have the right skills to succeed.
Exactly. But saying you are annoyed is easy. It makes you look strong. Admitting you feel inadequate feels incredibly dangerous.
It does require vulnerability, but there is a way to express these difficult feelings without sounding completely helpless or unprofessional.
I am listening. How do you do that?
You can use a gentle sentence pattern to soften the confession. You just connect the emotion to one specific situation.
Okay, what does that sound like in real life?
You could say, I am feeling a little inadequate about this new project. It is honest, but it sounds manageable.
That does feel safer. You are naming the emotion, but you are not letting it ruin your entire professional identity.
Right. Another natural version is, I am feeling slightly overwhelmed by my schedule today.
That is a great pattern, but there is a real limitation here, especially in a competitive workplace.
What is the limitation?
Even with a soft sentence, some environments will punish honesty. If you tell the wrong manager you feel inadequate, they might question your overall ability.
That is a very real danger. It brings up a crucial distinction. Emotional honesty does not mean complete transparency.
Right, because if I tell my boss I feel completely inadequate, he might just give the project to someone else.
Exactly. You have to separate recognizing the feeling for yourself from broadcasting it to everyone around you.
So how do you handle that? If I know I feel inadequate, how do I communicate professionally without lying?
You translate the heavy emotion into a practical word. Instead of inadequate, you could say you feel apprehensive about a specific detail.
Apprehensive. That is a great word. It means you are feeling a little anxious or uncertain about what is coming next.
Yes, saying you are apprehensive sounds thoughtful. It shows you respect the difficulty of the task without suggesting you are incapable.
I see the difference. You are still naming a real emotion, but you are not destroying your own credibility.
Right. Let us look at another contrast. Imagine your manager gives you extra work, and you instinctively feel resentful.
Resentful means feeling bitter because you think you are being treated unfairly.
Exactly. But telling your manager you feel resentful is a terrible idea. It sounds like an accusation.
It definitely does. So what is the mature translation for that moment?
You could say you feel conflicted. You want to support the team, but your schedule is already completely full.
Conflicted. That is a really useful word. It names the friction between two different choices, but it removes the anger.
Yes. You protect your professional identity while still being entirely honest about the difficult situation.
I love how that reframes the conversation, but there is still a realistic limitation here.
What is the limitation?
Finding a precise word, like apprehensive or conflicted, takes mental energy. When the pressure is high, you might just freeze.
That happens to everyone. And sometimes, the best choice is actually to step back and say nothing in that exact moment.
Wait, really? After all this talk about finding the perfect adjectives, the next step is to stay quiet?
Yes. When your mind goes blank under pressure, the very first step is to simply pause and buy time.
Okay, that makes sense. You cannot find a precise word while you are actively panicking.
Exactly. So let us use a simple three-step pattern for these situations. I call it pause, name, share.
Pause, name, share. That sounds manageable. How does it actually work when my manager gives me another sudden deadline?
First, you pause. You do not just say you are stressed. You say, "Let me look at my task list and get back to you."
So I am stepping away from the immediate pressure instead of freezing.
Right. Now you are at your desk alone. Step 2 is name. You identify the real feeling just for yourself.
Let us say I feel completely drained. I have absolutely no energy left for this new deadline.
Perfect. Now for step 3. Share. You choose the safe, professional translation to give your manager.
I cannot say I am drained, so I will use our earlier pattern. I could say, I am feeling a little apprehensive about this timeline.
That is an excellent translation. It protects your credibility, but stays completely honest about the difficulty.
But what if I am talking to a close friend? Do I still need to translate my feelings into safe words?
No, that is the best part. With a trusted friend, the share step can match the name step exactly.
So I can just say, I feel entirely drained today. No translation is needed.
Exactly. You adjust the honesty level based on the relationship. Let us give the listener a chance to practice this quickly.
Good idea. Think of a recent stressful situation in your own life. What was the exact emotion underneath?
Were you feeling drained, restless, or conflicted? Choose one precise word and say it in a complete sentence right now.
Speaking it aloud builds that muscle memory. Are we finally ready to review all these adjectives formally?
Let us slow down for today's meaning moments. Our first word is drained.
You used this earlier to describe the feeling of making too many decisions.
Yes. Drained means your inner energy is completely empty. It is very different from standard physical tiredness.
Right. You can sleep for 8 hours and still wake up feeling totally emotionally drained.
Exactly. Repeat. Drained.
Drained.
Our second word is restless.
I know this one too well. This is my exact Sunday evening feeling.
Restless means you cannot settle down or relax, even when your body is resting.
You try to sit quietly on the couch, but your mind just keeps pacing the room.
Yes. Repeat. Restless.
Restless.
Our third word is apprehensive.
This was the practical translation for feeling inadequate about a sudden deadline.
Right. Apprehensive means you feel a little anxious or uncertain about what is coming next.
But it sounds thoughtful instead of helpless. It protects your professional credibility completely.
Exactly. Repeat. Apprehensive.
Apprehensive.
Now let us move to our Say It Better upgrades. How do we replace the basic answers?
Basic sentence 1. I am just tired.
That simple answer hides the real problem. A much stronger version with a friend is, I am feeling entirely drained today.
Now your friend knows you need someone to talk to, not a nap. Basic sentence 2. I am annoyed by the extra work.
That sounds like a direct accusation. A much safer version for work is, I am feeling a little apprehensive about this timeline.
It names the friction perfectly, without damaging your working relationship with your manager.
Exactly. Now it is time for a little guided practice. First, listen to my complete sentence. I am feeling a little apprehensive about this timeline.
Now create your own complete sentence. Use the same exact pattern, but change the emotion and the situation.
For example, you might say you are feeling completely drained from the morning meetings, or slightly conflicted about a schedule choice.
Say your new sentence out loud right now. Speaking the words aloud builds that necessary muscle memory.
Now that you have these precise words in your vocabulary, you do not have to hide behind basic answers anymore.
Having the right adjectives ready makes an overwhelming situation feel much easier to navigate.
You know, thinking back to yesterday, I wish I had just told my friend I was entirely drained.
Fair. If you had, you probably would not have received the terrible advice to go to bed early.
Exactly. When a person hides behind basic words like tired or stressed, they accidentally isolate themselves.
But the biggest shift for me today was the pause, name, share idea. You have to identify the real feeling for yourself first.
Right. Then you decide exactly how much to share based on the relationship.
Saying you feel apprehensive at work protects your credibility, while still honoring the actual difficulty of the task.
It gives you so much more control over the situation.
So what is the small action step for the listener this week?
The next time someone asks how you are doing, and you instinctively want to say you are just tired, pause.
Try to find the precise adjective in your head, even if you decide not to share it out loud.
That internal honesty is where the real confidence begins. Jake and I would love to hear from you in the comments.
Which of today's precise adjectives do you need to use the most right now? Tell us your choice below.
If this conversation helped you today, please subscribe so you never miss an episode.
Before we go, remember this. The right word does not just explain your feeling to others.
It explains your own experience to you. That is a perfect place to stop.
Thank you for joining us at Everyday English Learning.
I'm Lily.
And I'm Jake.
We will see you next time.
Take care and keep practicing those real feelings.